discovered a while ago was that it wasn't just what people were consuming, but it was how you consumed it. And over a long period of time, and I would give Dr. Arcio really great credit that he helped to finalize the actual, what do you take, how much do you take, when do you take it, to really get extraordinary results, which we're seeing. Okay, I mean, there's no doubt about it. These are just, really the sort of the the high points. Okay, so Dr. Marco Ruggiero is one of the top oncologists in the world, and unusual, he's also a molecular biologist. We wrote a pretty famous book together that actually Bill alluded is called Your Third Brain. And it was really about the discovery of the microbiome, which had been discovered not by Dr. Ruggiero, but by somebody else. And they were telling people that it was an extension of the second brain, which is the lining of the gut. I'm sorry, of the stomach. But we proved that it was much more than that. It was actually the immune system and the software that runs the immune system. So to make it simple, Dr. Ruggiero was able to reverse engineer the process when we're born, how we form our immune system, which is called the microbiome. And when we got together and wrote the book, he saw me have one of our Isoline Pro shakes, and he said, "Can I have that?" And he ran this test where he took 19 other shakes, so 20 altogether, first tested all the shakes after 5 minutes in cold water to measure the absorption of the amino acids, which are contained in any protein. And we can't live without amino acids. You're remaking yourself right now with amino acids. So the point is, after 5 minutes in the cold water, 19 out of 20 shakes, they only registered an absorption or a utilization of the aminos, maybe that's a better way to explain it to you, of between 5 and 8%. And our shake was in cold water, 15%. Then he took all 20 shakes, he made them in 100-degree or close to 100-degree water, room temperature, higher, whatever you want to say, and remeasured. And 19 out of 20 shakes, whatever the number was, it didn't change, except our shake went from 15% absorption to 90%. That's why people are losing weight on this and gaining lean muscle. Okay, so it had nothing to do with the manufacturer that supplies the shakes. He did it strictly for his cancer patients, and I see Dan Mays is on. I'm going to have him talk in just a second here. As a matter of fact, I probably have Dan talk last because I've got a couple of the testimonials that I want to get in, because we don't want to make this just about disease, et cetera. We really want to make this about what can all of us do as human beings to maximize our immune system, to maximize our quality of life potential. Okay. So Bob, what's happened is that it was not just the elements we were consuming, it was the magic, the magic that we've seen was the incubation of the shake. And then Dr. Arcio came along and said, look, we can make this even better if we really schedule the shake days and what are called intermittent nutritional fasting days. If you want to make me nuts, talk about a cleanse. It's not a cleanse. It never was a cleanse. A cleanse is a colon cleanse. This is intermittent nutritional fasting, not intermittent fasting. And so those kind of unrelated elements came together. I guess I was responsible for that, but I don't want to take credit for, I didn't do the experiments, but I made the experiments accessible to all of us. And the blueprint for success is your guide to teach you these principles. That's what the blueprint's designed to do. And following that blueprint is exactly what they did in the medical trials. I mean, I don't know how to do it any better. I mean, if they have peer-reviewed medical trials that produce these results, if we can do exactly what they did, why wouldn't we do that? Certainly Willie's doing it. Bill Chafin's done it. Dan Mays has done it. Tiffany's done. I mean, we're all benefiting from this. But it's not just what you're consuming. It's a new way of really looking at consumption, because, people talk about balancing blood sugar, Bob, all the time. And although that's important, it's not as important as balancing nutrition. And that's why diets don't work for the new people. When you lower the calories, you lower the nutrition. And the body freaks out because the body doesn't run on calories, doesn't even know what a calorie is. It certainly doesn't count calories. It only runs on nutrition. And when you drop the calories, you drop the nutrition, the body goes and looks for the nutrition. Where does it find it, Bob? In our organs, in our brain, our kidney, our liver, our heart, and first in our muscles. It literally converts our muscles into carbohydrates for energy. Now, as bad as that is, it still can't produce enough energy. So then what does it have to do? It slows down our metabolism. That's why people plateau on diets, or worse than that, why do they gain all the weight back after they've lost it? Because they literally come off the diet, they've slowed their metabolism, they can't burn as many calories. It's that simple. It's not up for debate. And study after study after study after study proves that, yes, you can lose weight on any diet, including the donut diet, but it's unhealthy.
Can
It's the wrong
you
kind of weight. It's always lean muscle. Go ahead, Bob.